America is at war. Our enemy is not violent extremism. It is not some unnamed malevolent force. It is radical Islamic terrorism.
We would shoot down the planes of Russian pilots if, in fact, they were stupid enough to think that this president was the same feckless weakling that the president we have in the Oval Office is right now.
If you're an American citizen and you decide to join up with ISIS, we're not going to read you your Miranda rights. You're going to be treated as an enemy combatant, a member of an army attacking this country.
The candidates talking confidently about their position, showing Americans why they are the best pick for president, and talking tough is critical as most Americans say that terror is their top concern.
That's right. So which candidate's plan will resonate most with voters? Let's ask Lisa Booth, VP of Political Polling and Public Affairs Research at WPA Research. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Lisa. We just showed those numbers. 24% of Americans say that terrorism is their top concern. President Obama's numbers continue to drop in terms of favorability and whether people feel safe. So which of the candidates that we heard from last night most differentiated themselves from President Obama, and do you believe came out with a solid plan as to what to do about terrorism?
Well, Heather, you're absolutely right. There is a massive concern about terrorism, especially in the Republican Party. It is the #1 concern. If you look at recent polling from the Wall Street Journal, 73% of Americans want a different plan than President Obama's. 66% disapprove of his plan and his approach on terrorism. And I think last night we heard from a lot of the different candidates a much tougher approach that they would take, as evidenced, with the sound bites that you just played from Senator Cruz, Senator Rubio, Chris Christie, as well as Carly Fiorina. And I think they all did a great job in differentiating their viewpoints and differentiating their approach than the unseriousness that we've seen from President Obama.
We've heard a couple of the candidates, Donald Trump and Dr. Ben Carson, threaten to potentially leave and run as a third party. Donald Trump saying if he wasn't treated fairly by the RNC, and Dr. Carson if there was a potential brokered convention. But they cleared the air last night. Take a listen.
I am totally committed to the Republican Party. I feel very honored to be the front runner, and I think I'll do very well if I'm chosen.
The statement that I made last week that I would leave the party was contingent upon whether, in fact, the party acts like they have in the past. I spoke to Reince Priebus, and he assured me that the Washington Post writer had it all wrong.
And Lisa, Donald Trump all of a sudden looking very polished, very political, very statesmanlike, and he flipped the switch on it.
Well, I appreciate that change in tone, and I think it was absolutely believable and sincere in his change of tone. Look, the reality is it's not going to get to a brokered convention unless a candidate does not receive a simple majority of the over 2,400 delegates that there are. So, it's nobody's setting this up. It just depends on who receives the most delegates, a simple majority. And I appreciate that change in tone because, look, this is about defeating Hillary Clinton, and Republicans should coalesce around whoever wins the Republican nomination. We should all get behind that person.
Yeah, and 68% said that they would follow Trump should he leave. They do have until the spring to decide whether they'll run third party. But nice to hear
that could be quite a spoiler if that had happened.
Thank you, Lisa.
Lisa, thanks.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.